Zoso1701 from the GamerParent Network. Ryan Thompson. How are you today? I hope you're great. I'm waking up in the process. No Overwatch this morning. May have stayed up way too late last night playing it with a group from the Gamers with Jobs community. Great website. A lot of our GamerParent crew met on those pages.
Captain.
It's nice to be able to play Overwatch or any other game with people and play it badly because I just kind of stink at it and not get, you know, ridiculed. Tends to be the case there. You try your best, as long as you're trying. So I do feel like making some progress in Star Trek The Next Generation of Final Unity, which was started for the 30th anniversary of Star Trek The Next Generation. Continuing today, we've arrived at Morasia, a zoological planet with 3 different sentient species. We're looking for an exobiologist who has not been heard from for some time. Now, Morasia is a matriarchal society. So we're going to send an away team of mostly females down. So yeah, stayed up way too late last night.
Beam down coordinates selected.
Today, and it'll be pushing 6:45 in a bit here, and I have to leave around 7:30 to get where I'm going. It's up till about 12:30. Sometimes it's the only way to really get a solid block in, especially with people. I think this is good. This is good. We'll just send the defaulted team. We'll have Troy take point. Dr. Crush is with us in case Dr. V. Hunforsch is injured.
Visitors for Constable Lixie. Constable Lixie is present.
I remember the ostrich.
I'm Lieutenant Commander Data of the Starship Enterprise. I'm investigating the absence of Dr. Hoon Forsch.
Welcome. So you are the artificial human. Interesting. I'm sorry to disappoint you, but there really is no need for alarm. Dr. Hunforsch is probably just on an extended field trip.
The preserve clearly embodies your philosophy of life forms living within life forms to create a single harmonious organism. It is an impressive achievement.
Very observant, Commander. Your perceptiveness does you credit.
Let's start with a compliment.
Who were the last people to see the doctor?
Apparently, Consultant Idia was the last to see her. They had dinner or some such. It's all in my report. You should be able to access it through your tricorder.
If the doctor had been injured somewhere in the preserve, would you be able to locate her?
Of course, but our surveillance system can detect signs of distress in any of our inhabitants, and we've had no sign of trouble from the doctor.
Your tone suggests that you do not like Dr. Hoon Forsch.
She hasn't made many friends here. She disagrees openly with our philosophy, our methods, and has even accused us of smuggling banned species.
Uh-oh.
I would like to investigate the preserve grounds where the doctor last worked.
We'd prefer to limit the number of outsiders in the preserve while it is under construction. Investigating the doctor's laboratory should be sufficient.
I do not believe so.
A thorough investigation of the doctor's disappearance will require me to enter the preserve. Furthermore, the Federation Council has requested a review of Marasia. Unhindered access will allow me to prepare a far more detailed report.
The Federation's requests are not law here. Not yet. But in the interests of cooperation, I'll open up the area surrounding my outpost. Be sure to stay within the visitors' areas. You must understand, my responsibility to the animals comes first.
I have no more questions for you at this time. May I investigate the doctor's quarters?
Of course. Her laboratory quarters are at the end of the path towards the mountains.
I suppose since Data's an android, maybe it doesn't matter that he's technically.
The computer is a BAT 4003, an obsolete Milosian model. It has been modified for hand and foot operation.
Right, so we have a report on our tricorder. There we go. There's Dr. V. Hoonforsch. An Antikin. Alright, let's see what Counselor Troy thinks.
I'd like to see what Dr. Hyun Forsch was doing in her lab before she disappeared.
Very well, Counselor. Just wondering if you had picked up on anything from Constable Lixie. Let's head over. Let's head to the lab and see what's on the slab.
It appears to be hungry. I do not believe that will work.
Okay.
The atoll fruit is considered to be a Marassian delicacy.
So are we feeding the natives? I think we're feeding the natives.
This is Dr. Hoon Forsch's laboratory. The preserve is one of the largest protected biospheres in existence. Its total area rivals the Ferguson Desert habitat on Betco 7.
Playing this as a kid, I do recall enjoying how some of the creatures could be a bit more alien in appearance than what we see often in Star Trek: The Next Generation. Because they were, because they're drawn, as opposed to needed to be made up in a props department, or costume department, makeup department on a 1980s TV show budget, early 90s too, right? Early to mid 90s. Here we are in the laboratory. I remember all of this so clearly. I've played this game a lot, so that let me say it more. I have played this a lot. Take a look here. Start running our training things, eh?
The biotable incorporates bioassay hardware to analyze specimens and perform scans. A bioprobe is ordinarily used with a field unit to examine and analyze organic samples. This Class C field unit is configured for aquatic travel. This Class A field unit is configured for rocky terrain and torrid climate zones.
One more there. Can you do that last one?
This Class B field unit is configured for mountainous terrain and tropical climate zones.
Oh, you can take it.
It is possible that this animal is an Akana boar from the planet Jervis. The insectivore is possibly a member of the Taupidae family. This paramammalian species has been cryogenically preserved for medical analysis.
Now it's just sitting out in room temperature. Makes sense she'd leave it there, does she?
It is possible that
I can take them. Okay. Yeah, but I remembered. You can put those in your inventory. What do you think, counselor? Should walk up here. It doesn't really matter all that. You guys are too far away. Come on up. Come on up, everybody. Or don't be antisocial there.
I wonder what was so interesting about these carcasses. Let's get them on the bio table. I'd like to do a sonic scan.
Oh, thanks for the hint, counselor.
That does not work.
Computer doesn't work?
the computer is a Birkin 400K model from Arguello 9. The system is accessed by voice print or password.
Subject is marked as a Frednorian boar. Probable cause of death is malnutrition.
I am not certain this is a Frednorian boar. I believe it may be an Akana boar, a close genetic relative.
That buzzing is just a little annoying. Just a little bit. Let's work on getting out of
Subject
that.
is marked as a Kujan gibbon. Probable cause of death is massive infection by Nacharov parasites. This parasite is not native to the Kujan's habitat.
I do not believe that will work.
Gotta clear the tape.
Subject is marked as a Myocordae mole. Probable cause of death is neural energy loss.
I see no way of
I wonder what was so interesting about these.
We just did do a sonic scan. Neural energy loss. Ooh. Sonic scope.
Seriodiagnostic tests and cell density analysis complete. Subject's genetic signature differs from its identification tag. Subject is an Akana boar.
You look at that data, you were right.
I see no.
Seriodiagnostic tests and cell density analysis complete. Subject's neural
It
pathways
took
have
me
been drained of
like 2
electrical
minutes there to
energy.
realize I could put these carcasses on the sonic scope table, I think. Back in 7th or 8th grade, that took possibly 2-3 weeks. maybe longer. In the days before GameFAQs, or I think GameFAQs was around, who am I kidding? I just didn't have the internet. I was without internet when this game was first out. When I got stuck,
Seriodiagnostic tests
I got
and
stuck.
cell density analysis complete. All readings are normal.
Well, good, at least one of these creatures died of natural causes. Alright, Troy. You've been helpful. What do we think?
She probably tracked her research on this computer.
You think?
I do not believe that. The computer is a I do not believe. This port provides tricorder access to computer and communication.
Well, convenient. Sorry for clicking through. Have it there.
A massive computer fragmentation has erased the doctor's files. The only salvageable message from her daily log is sessions with Tracker Melas cancelled. Schedule again after field trip.
Well, I guess Tracker Melas is a good place to start.
Open a channel to Tracker Melas.
Channels open.
I'm Lieutenant Commander Data of the Starship Enterprise. I'm investigating the absence of Dr. Hoon Forsh.
Greetings. I doubt that she is in any danger. She's probably just taking a vacation after her blow-up with Constable Lixie.
Constable Lixie. Worf's over there. She's looking a little suspicious.
We found your name in the doctor's laboratory. What is your relationship with her?
I teach her territorial recognition. At least I did. We suspended our lessons after the power outages began. I haven't seen her since, but I doubt she's lost. Such an excellent tracker, even if she is a bit weak in the nose.
Power outages? Animals drained of electric energy?
This blow-up you mentioned. Do you mean the constable and the doctor had an argument?
Dr. Hoonforsh discovered that several animals from Aramut's second shipment were illegal species which had been mistagged. I think she accused the constable of smuggling, but I'm not sure. Healer Zolas told me the story.
Smuggling is a serious offense. It would certainly jeopardize the acceptance of Marasia into the Federation.
That's why she thought Constable Lixie might be involved, to thwart Federation entry.
What exactly are the Watcher's responsibilities?
The Watchers feed and care for the preserved species.
You mentioned power outages. Can you describe them in greater detail?
A power surge at our quarantine shelter destroyed some of the generators. 2 Watchers were seriously injured and several animals escaped. Since then, we've had outages in the biotopes. They're still under investigation.
Without the generator, the individual containment fields in the shelter will not function. You would no longer be able to quarantine any animals for analysis or adaptation.
That's right. Most of our personnel are out searching for escaped animals right now. Dr. Hunforsh might be doing that on her own.
She just didn't take her cell phone with her. She wanted some time to herself. No big deal.
I have some questions regarding several animal carcasses which we found in the doctor's laboratory.
Of course.
One creature experienced an energy drain within its neural pathways. It is untagged but appeared to be a mole of some sort.
It's probably a Myocordae mole. They're quite common on Marasia, but I've never heard of one dying like this before.
The boar's identity tag is incorrect. It is actually an Akana boar, a close genetic relative of the Frednorian. However, Akana are banned for import. How did this animal get into the preserve?
That's one of the new arrivals from the second shipment. Maybe there was an error. You know, we've had a number of minor problems with creatures from that shipment.
Its cause of death is unusual, but not unprecedented. I have personally encountered a species that consumed human neural energy for survival. Is there a preserve animal that might feed on myocordae neural energy?
Drinking the, is that the episode of Next Gen where the straws are in somebody's head drinking the neural peptide? There's a cake and Dr. Freud in it, right? Counselor Troy's having a dream?
None that I know of. Perhaps the myocordae got caught in one of the generator power surges, but then it wouldn't be drained of energy. I don't know.
I have a child awake. If you'll please allow a pause. Good morning. In the office. You're welcome to join me. And check out this Star Trek game. I guess we're just going to choose all the conversation. We've got a lot of people to talk to.
A creature tagged as a Kujan gibbon died of a parasitic infection not found in its native habitat. How could this have occurred?
I don't know. The Watchers are the ones who care for the animals. Maybe they can help you.
A creature tagged as a Frednorian boar apparently died of starvation. Do you know how this could have occurred?
Hard to say. The Watchers are quite good.
Yes, we're
I
calling
can't
a Watcher
imagine
next.
they just let this happen.
But who
Maybe they
watches
were
the
given the
Watchers?
wrong care instructions. Or maybe the animal was not identified correctly.
Thank you for your time.
I wish you well on your search.
It's possible the constable felt that telling us about her argument with the doctor would arouse our suspicions. But why would she withhold information about the escapes?
What do you think, Worf?
The constable did not mention the power outages. How can we determine what has happened if she will not give us all the facts?
Oh, I agree. We'll have to confront the constable.
I do not believe...
That's right, Tracker. We'll find out what's going on. That's already called Tracker Melas.
Open a channel to Grower Enongo.
Channels to Grower Enongo are closed indefinitely.
It's cryptic.
Open a channel to Tracker Melas.
Channels...
Wait, who do you want to talk to?
Thank you for your...
I wish you well.
Open a channel to Consultant Idia.
Channels to Consultant Idia are closed at this time.
Open a channel to Healer Zolas.
Channels to Healer Zolas are closed at this time.
Open a channel to Tiller Miveat.
Channels to...
Okay then. All right, let's go talk to Chancellor Lixie, or whatever her name is. Constable Lixie. Let's go. Let's have Troy chat with her.
Could you tell me why Dr. Hyun-Forsh believed that animals were being smuggled into the preserve?
She found a Romulan creature, which is, of course, banned from import by Federation law. It was tagged as a similar legal species. She has accused me of smuggling it in order to damage our chances for Federation membership.
How do you account for the mistagged animal?
I blame our supplier, Eramet. He's rude, devious, and barely competent. If I'd known Eramet was a Ferengi, I'd never have listened to Idia's recommendation. But the contract is binding, and he does deliver on time.
I guess we'll stay on this train.
Why are you so opposed to the Federation?
Membership in the Federation would compromise Marasia's freedom of action. Some of us would rather not see that happen.
I guess you could hold some kind of referendum.
Constable, I understand the preserve has been experiencing some unusual power outages.
Those were just a few temperamental generators failing. They've been repaired. Is the Federation now concerned with our internal technical difficulties as well?
When it potentially involves one of our people, yes.
Thank you for your time. I believe the constable. She seems genuinely devoted to the preserve, and I don't think she would resort to smuggling, even to thwart Federation membership.
Well, if the empath isn't saying she detects deception, then we're probably alright.
What a beautiful bird.
Visitors for Constable Lixie. Constable Lixie is present.
Just a happy voice. I don't know. I always enjoyed that Miranda bird here.
The food's probably for the bird creature.
Alright, well, let's go check out some more of this preserve here. We're heading to the canyon.
This terminal is inactive.
Oh, that's not where I want to go. Here's another area that took me quite some time to realize was traversable. Not very obvious as most. Obviously, there's a path that's off the screen here. I didn't think to go over to these caverns. Probably for days, if not longer. Get frustrated, stop playing for a while, and then come back and like, oh look. Sort of taught me to just explore all of the screen. Like, look, you can get over to that crater. You can head over to this pit. And it's not obvious. Anyway, we'll start in the caverns. Maybe not.
That's not
power
working.
port. Okay, starting to come back to me.
There's
now.
an auxiliary power port here. It should accommodate a standard microgenerator.
So we need a micro generator.
I'd be interested to hear what Dr. Idia has to say about all this.
Perhaps Dr. Idia...
Oh, well, I guess we're not ready for this yet. Let's go talk to Dr. Idia. The game is at least good about hinting at what should be done.
Open a channel to Consultant Idia.
They were closed just a moment ago.
Channels open.
Yay!
I'm Councillor Deanna Troy of the Enterprise. I'm investigating the disappearance of Dr. Hun Forsch.
As I told Constable Lixie, I don't know where she is. Must you interrupt my research with more pointless questions?
I'm sorry for the intrusion. I understand that you're the Preserve's consultant.
Yes, I help select and verify preserved species in the biotopes. The Morassians wanted a Federation expert despite Lixie's objections. They were lucky to get me.
This guy's not cocky at all.
You were the last person to see Dr. Hun Forsch before she disappeared.
As far as I know, that's not a crime.
Did the doctor seem preoccupied or concerned about anything in particular?
When I saw her for supper the other day, she was talking about genetic samples from the last shipment. She knows I don't like to hear people talk while I eat, so she said little else.
I'm really antisocial, and I really don't like people, and I'm really nasty and rude.
But Dr. Hunforsh was only cataloguing Marassian species. Why would she be interested in genetic samples from other animals in the preserve?
I don't concern myself with the lab work of junior scientists. Now, do you mind? I have important research to conduct.
Out there?
Yeah.
Where?
In the backyard.
There's a skeleton in the backyard?
Yeah, it's down in the weeds tail. Not on the way.
Can you see it out of the window?
Constable Lixie said you recommended switching to a Ferengi trader named Aramat for the second shipment.
Is it outside of this window?
Yes, I did. Because he delivers what you want on time. The constable gave me hell when she found out that he was a Ferengi. She barely tolerates me because I'm a male.
Oh, good. It's not in the house. You excited for Halloween? What are you gonna be for Halloween? What are you gonna be? Take that thing out of your mouth and come talk. What are you gonna be? What's Rubble on the Double from? Paw Patrol. Paw Patrol.
I have some questions about several carcasses we found in the doctor's lab.
Let's pause the Star Trek game here after we talk to this guy. We're gonna finish up talking to this guy.
Animal carcasses in an exobiology lab? Well, that's certainly unusual.
A boar seems to have died of starvation. How could something that preventable happen here?
Sounds like incompetence to me. The Watchers blindly follow whatever care instructions they're given. No personal initiative at all.
Don't win. What happens if you don't win?
Well, if you don't win in this game,
is there something about the board that's bothering you? You seem rather concerned about it.
Finally have the internet and can look up clues on how to finish a puzzle. That's what happens.
It died of neglect. How did you know I was concerned? Are you telepathic?
Why, yes.
No, I'm an empath. I'm half betazoid.
We're investigating the disappearance of a doctor right now, so we're trying to solve a mystery.
I wanted more proof before I said anything. But that boar is an Akana, a species banned for import. It must have been smuggled in. The Watchers have requested restricted species before and were denied. Dr. Hunforsh may have found out.
If you knew that boar was an Arcana, why didn't you report it to the authorities?
We're still talking to him.
I didn't want to. I wanted the chance to study it. It was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Who am I to deprive science of my brilliant research on such a specimen?
So, I'm controlling all of these people. These are members of the Enterprise. These are crew members of the Starship Enterprise. It's Counselor Troy. Can you say Counselor Troy? That's Worf. Can you say Worf?
Worf.
This is Data. Can you say Data?
Data.
And that's Dr. Crusher. Can you say Dr. Crusher?
No.
No. What about Troy?
Troy.
Did the doctor confront any of the Watchers with her suspicions?
I think that's why she's missing. When she confronted them with the Akana, they must have stunned her. Those stunners don't trigger the surveillance system, so nobody knows about it.
Oh.
Why would the doctor think the Watchers were smuggling?
So Constable Lixie, the leader of this planet...
They're fanatics out to save the endangered creatures of the universe. I've suspected them all along, especially when I discovered this mistagging. You see, these tags can only be reprogrammed by a Watcher.
We found a Kujon gibbon which died from an avoidable parasitic infection. How could that happen here?
I'd say it died of neglect. Those Watchers don't know the first thing about dealing with animals.
I gotta go through quick.
We found a myocardial...
I'd say it died of neglect. Those Watchers don't know...
Thank you for your time.
Thank you for wasting it.
Well, what a jerk.
Idia's accusation that the Watchers are fanatics is certainly plausible. Collectors can be quite zealous in their pursuit of rare specimens.
Idia certainly has a high opinion of himself.
Alright, well, I'm gonna save this game and go see what skeleton walking around in the woods you're talking about. That's rather creepy, Sam. Alright, so this has been the Weekdad Morning stream, and hope you have a good day. And we'll chat a bit more, well, tomorrow. I suppose. Tomorrow, the Overwatch Halloween event begins, so I am really looking forward to that. And if you're a Twitch Prime member, be sure you jump into Twitch Prime and collect your Overwatch loot boxes. I'll talk to you later. This has been Star Trek The Next Generation of Final Unity. We'll continue from here where we pick up. I guess we've got more people to speak to over comm channels before we move on to the habitats. Or we've got to find a micro generator. Yay. Anyway, until next time, take care. Be safe. Be kind.